The day when you start to consecutively act on your belief in yourself, you'll no longer look back at your old life thinking that that was a worth living life. Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 193. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I do hope you guys are doing better than yesterday. But today I got my haircut done, right? Because your boy was looking hella messy and he just needed to get his fresh fade back up to date. Now, I do know I still look a bit crazy, but that is because my hair is dry, no gel whatsoever. So it's going to be spiky and stuff, a bit messy, but that's how it is. Well, it's just how it is, guys. I'm not gonna put gel on my hair and then just go to the gym afterwards and then just get sweaty with like gel sweat on my face. So I don't quite enjoy that. But yeah, it's nighttime at the moment, so I'm gonna hit the gym after this because I haven't done that yet. So I have this build up energy, this build up stress, right? I wouldn't call it stress, but it's just build up anger, right? To just explode and hit some nice PRs. But apart from that, today I said my farewells to my mentor, right? I had a mentor for quite a while now, I'll say 5 months now. This mentorship I signed up for after I got out on parole. So it was a condition, I guess, that I had to do. Well, not really had to do, but after I signed the papers, I'm kind of like obliged to do it, right? But I mean, it was a blast. The guy was nice, pretty average guy. The advice he was advising me on life, is again very average. He doesn't have like a he's a very average person. I don't know how else to explain average, but he's very happy. Living his life, average job, great job actually, being a youth support officer, something like that. Very very nice job. Although if I would pick path, I'll probably pick his job because it's pretty interesting, right? Mentoring people, mentoring kids, especially. So he's definitely fulfilling his purpose, right? He's definitely fulfilling his reason. He told me he likes his job, so that's all props on him. But he definitely had taught me a lot. But unfortunately, me being a bit stubborn, I have the belief to not listen to people who don't have the life I dream of. Now, that doesn't mean, get me right, that does not mean I didn't take his words to heart. I certainly had learned a lot from him, right? There's a lot of words that he bestowed upon me, but of course, I had to then translate his advice. Well, not translate, but I kind of figure out how I can implement his advice, his words into my daily life. For example, one thing he said to me, and this is quite important actually, is to not finish what you had started, right? A lot of us start things like it's nothing. A lot of us just start things like we're handing out free raffle tickets, right? But what we don't realize is when we start something, that is our commitment to the world, to ourselves, to the people around us. And thus, we own them an obligation to just live up to it, right? Although that's the idea behind it. You don't want to just go half-assed at it because not only do you deny everyone else the right of you finishing it, but you also deny yourself the right? What I mean by that is you lose confidence in yourself because if you have a track record of not finishing the stuff you started, then most likely that is going to be how you live life, right? That's going to be how you will live your life. You're going to go halfway, never give your fullest commitment, and always back out when times gets hard. Now, that belief, I do believe that that is the crucial aspect of the idea behind finishing the stuff you have started. Although some people may think that if you start a uni course, if you start a job, but you don't like it, you still have to finish it till death. I guess that's where it gets a bit mixed up, right? We're not supposed to finish something when we don't like it, right? We're supposed to finish something when we truly have rationally thought about it, and we're not backing out just because we felt the hardship, just because the course got hard, just because we had to do more work than expected, right? We don't back out on that. But if it's something you truly don't like, and for whatever reason you got forced into it or manipulated into doing something, or you are in desperate times, and to me, that's a different situation, right? But the overall idea and the reasoning behind finishing what you started is to just not back out when things get hard, because things will get hard and you may not predict it at the first glance, right? You may not ever forever, right, rationalize all your future options, but there will be challenges, there will be roadblocks that will come across your way. But don't expect everything will be fairy tales. And quite frankly, now I am going through a roadblock. Although the roadblock I had created by myself, it is certainly a own self belief issue, but it's a roadblock. But I'm not going to quit on myself just because I have a problem with watching movies on a day-to-day basis. I'm not going to quit on my dream just because I become lazy a few days. Now, To those people who doesn't finish what they started, that's what they will do, right? When they get lazy, when they work on their business, it doesn't work, they give up. Now, what do I mean by giving up? I'm simply not meaning just not doing the work for a day or two. Giving up means a change of belief. Giving up means you totally don't believe that your path you walked before actually is working, right? Belief and losing belief and giving up means you're regressing back into your old life and forgetting about everything that you had once dreamed to pursue. And quite frankly, I don't give up. I don't give up, although I take breaks, right? These breaks are not necessary, but I do allow it to happen. I do allow it to happen because I get distracted. Like any other human being, I get distracted. But this is where we learn. We learn from our mistakes and we prevent them from happening in the future. But finishing where you started is super important, right? And perhaps this is one of the lessons that he taught me that I really first reluctantly accepted it, because I was like, why should I finish a course that I don't like to do in TAFE? Although he was keep on nagging me to finish it, saying, if you don't finish this now, you're gonna regret it. If you don't finish it now, you're gonna look back and just beat yourself down because you did half-ass at it. Now, although I totally understand what he meant, but do I really feel that way now? No, I'm glad that I quit the course, but would I later regret it? Maybe, who knows, I believe there was always people out there who condemned a wise man's words and later on he regretted it. And it's very natural for that to happen. You talk down on other people's advice because you think you're the better, right? You think you know everything, and then thus you make a mistake and you go back regretting the things you made. But I do believe that those people who do end up regretting, they don't make the fullest out of their life. They don't go full on with their life. They adapt their mentality to quit halfway, to quit when things get hard. And of course, if you quit when things get hard, you're going to regret life because you never then achieved anything worth noting. And quite honestly, I will only look back and be regret or have shame in myself if I don't make something of my life. You see, if I make something of my life, then would I really care about if I finish a course in business admin like 5 years ago? Perhaps not. I wouldn't even give a shit about it. Would I care if I skipped out on a job opportunity as a manager at McDonald's? Probably not. Would I care now? Maybe. I need money. But other than that, once you reach a certain height in life, your standards change. Not only does your standard change, but your way of life changes. The way you see the world changes. Which this is why people say mindset is so important. Like having a strong mind, having a understanding mind of an entrepreneur or just someone out of the box is super crucial for your long success, for the long term of the journey. Because hardship, hard work, defeat, failure is going to hit you. It is having such a strong mind that will get you through these adversities. Anyone could do the work. The work is everyone can handle load. Everyone can lift weights. Everyone can study algebra. Everyone can study freaking gravity and quantum physics, right? It's not hard to do the work. What is hard is having the belief in yourself that you can actually do it, can actually become better than most people at it. Not just average, but to actually have that mindset to become that I can do it, even though at the moment I am a failure. I have nothing. I'm a drug addict. I'm an alcoholic, right? I'm a loser. Perhaps I haven't shaved. I'm homeless, whatever. We have these self-identity crises going up in our head that actually limits ourselves from actually reaching something great with our life, from doing anything great with our life. So having a clear idea of what you want to become and what you want and going to the fullest, having that mindset is super, super important. Having that mind will unity your heart together, and that will achieve wonders. I'm telling you, that will achieve wonders. So if you haven't yet believed in yourself that you can do it, why not believe now? Because nobody will have that belief in you, right? It's very, very rare to have someone in your life that truly and sincerely believes in your vision. And why is it so hard to believe? Because nobody can see your vision unless you make them see it by creating something, by being the person you want to be. Without that, nobody can see it. Like how can it touch your vision, bro? Nobody's gonna see that vision. You have to turn that into life. And yes, there will be people who do believe in your vision, but those people are also the top 1%. Those people are also the people who had made it, but when they had nothing. But coming across those people are seldom. It's like 1 in 100 probably. But you don't have to wait till that day to come. It may never come. What you can do is having that belief in yourself. Be the 1 in 100, right? Be the 1% man who will have belief in yourself right now, because most likely you will only have yourself in your journey from building from nothing, right? You're going to be the only person who's going to be your biggest cheerleader, your biggest challenger, and your biggest sympathizer when you need one. When you need someone to crown, you have yourself. When you need someone to push yourself out of the mud, you have yourself. When you need someone to pull you up from the ground, you have yourself. This is all you have is yourself in the world, until somebody will come around and actually believe in your vision, because you had created this aura of belief, this strong belief that will rouse other people's, that will rouse other people's thinking beyond themselves. That is what it is all about, guys. But that can only happen if you start having just some faith in yourself, right? I need some faith in myself. Although I do, but it's just that faith then needs to be turned into work. Because otherwise, if you don't, you get distracted, then you're gonna go back into doing the things you're comfortable with, right? Breaking a bad habit requires you to believe that you can break it. But after then, you actually need to do the work to break the habit. Otherwise, you'll go back on autopilot doing the things you are most comfortable with, self sabotaging, doing drugs, drinking alcohol, binge watching, whatever, binge eating. You will regress. So having that belief in yourself is important, right? But then actually turning that into action is the next step that most people do not want to do, because then it's uncomfortable. They're breaking out of their old habits. It's very uncomfortable doing that. And I understand, because I've been there, done that, and I'm still there, back and forth, back and forward. But one day, and I know that day is soon, that eventually the habit of self sabotaging will diminish. The day when you start to consecutively act on your belief in yourself, you'll no longer look back at your old life thinking that that was a worth living life. Because that lifestyle is nothing to what you can build, it's nothing to what you can achieve. So start believing in yourself, start thinking for yourself, and start acting for yourself. That is what you should just ask for from the world. And that is what you all should ask for yourself. But this is all I gotta say for today. I hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.